Hello guys, it's me Stacy. I would like to start off by talking about attachment trauma because this is where all where your subconscious is programmed, okay? Your subconscious is actually programmed from 0 to 7, but in the early years from infancy and in the first few years of life anyways, it goes by you're actually in hypnosis from ages 0 to 7 from subconscious programming. Depending what's around you, in your reality, your parents, wherever you're living, you take in all that information. You're like a sponge. So we have needs when we're that young, and we need to be validated, and we need to connect with mother and father, especially with mother. And if real or imagined, if you didn't get your needs met and that's how you feel, whether there's facts or not, but usually there is, and it could be you crying and your mom takes too long to come check on you, or it could be, not getting your feelings validated as you're growing into childhood, and like you're not allowed to cry, stuff like that. If you're feeling like, that type of way, then there can be something missing inside of you. Like, you might not develop a sense of self because you need your parents to validate you. To have a sense of self, they need to let you be able to express yourself, and they need to validate you. And if your parents don't let you express yourself and they're very controlling, and you're kind of just like not comfortable, if you feel neglected, there's abuse, whether it's physical abuse, emotional, verbal, even sexual, that allows there to be trauma called attachment trauma, because you need to bond with mother and father in a healthy way, and if you didn't, then this allows you to not develop the way you should. And if you're not getting positive feedback and positivity around, and you're not made to feel good enough, and you feel lonely, and you feel unwanted or unloved, you're not getting the attention you need, that's not good. So basically, yeah, so in my case, I was very neglected, how I felt anyways, always being alone, and my feelings weren't validated, a lot of feelings weren't allowed. I didn't feel like I belonged, I didn't feel connected in an emotional level, in an accepting level. It was very conditional, and I would always be in trouble if I didn't do things a certain way, and if I thought something was wrong, there was like family secrets you're not allowed to talk about, and all families are like this, and because I would say, how come when I go to this place, they're not like that? It's different, a friend's house or something. Since I never felt like I belonged and not feeling good enough, and there was a lot of shame and fear, because being around, a narcissistic father says everything itself, very covert, and a mom that is very borderline-like, and always miserable, and crying out for attention, and no one's giving it to her. And then the alcohol abuse by the parents, it's hard to in all that chaos, the parents are caught in their chaos, and the child suffers, and a lot of them are in denial, and they not only don't think that they're guilty, or they don't think about it, or they won't talk about it, or they don't want to admit it. Either way, children grow up to adults, and teenagers, adults, with these wounds, and now we need to face them ourselves. So, attachment trauma. There's attachment trauma meditations. Lisa A. Romano has attachment trauma meditations if you're interested. She's amazing. And I found some ways to rewire the subconscious, and there's only a few ways you can do it. You're using your subconscious 95% of the time. So basically, you are responding automatically, almost like 95% of the time, to subconscious programming from ages 0 to 7. So in order to change it, even though it's harder now, there's subliminals you can listen to on YouTube to rewire the subconscious. Because if you grew up with the negativity and chaos around you, you're not going to be very happy most of the time, because you'll have to fight for it a lot more. If someone was in a healthy, happy home from 0 to 7 and they were validated and everything, chances are they didn't suffer attachment trauma. Yeah, Charlie, my cat. So, anyways, subliminals, affirmations, habit. You need to reprogram. You have to create new habits. So, I follow a lot of attraction, and meditation, affirmations. Whenever you have a negative or a guilt thought or whatever, to stop it right then and there and switch it, to fake it till you make it, and look for the benefit, look for the satisfaction in everything, and things like that. So anyways, that was just a little bit on attachment trauma, and it is no joke. And a lot of times people that suffered attachment trauma, they either grow up codependents or narcissists. And in my case, for me, I was very codependent, people pleaser, and I still am, but I have a backbone now, and I always say what I want to say. Before, I would be a follower and just want validation, and just was very quiet and timid, and I've grown a lot since I was young. So just always be yourself and never stop growing, and we can get through this together. Okay? Love you guys. You're good enough. Have a good day.